Hello, YouTube. It's my birthday today.
Two airplanes have crashed into the World Trade Center.
God bless the USA. God bless.
It's all about you, girl. On your 16th birthday. Pay attention to you, girl. Everyone wants to do just what you say. You got your very own spotlight tonight. 'Cause it's all about you. Yeah, it's all about
Mr. Prosopa.
Hello.
In the flesh.
How are you doing?
I'm alright, man. How about yourself?
I'm good.
You sent the kid away to talk to old Buckwater.
Yeah. Well, a busy day. You know, I had a few more consultation calls with customers.
I'm starstruck. I'm here with the one and only
The guy,
Taylor.
the funny man. Yeah.
Yeah. Say something
Yeah.
funny, man.
I don't know. I cannot be funny on command. I've thought about doing like stand up, like when I was in like college and stuff. I can't do it. I'm like reactive funny. So I'm like comeback conversational funny.
Mm-hmm. I used to say I would add to something. I'm like the icing on the cake, or I'm the sprinkles, really.
It's good to talk to you. You've got a neat room going on there.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I just moved, so I've been setting it up and everything. And
Yeah, trying to get something set up. A little
you
more.
just moved
you
too,
know,
yeah?
Yeah, I moved to a pretty small place, so you know, it's at some point I'll be able to get something like that set up. But
Pretty small. You seem like you're making that dough, making that bread.
real estate market is it's pretty rough right now, so you
Yeah,
do
it
what
is.
you can. Bought a camper.
Oh, okay. Hey, I used to sell campers.
Really?
Before, we would get paid for nothing. We just get paid. Now, we don't get paid at all. This thing right here closes first try. You'll have no problem with this Betty. It'll ask girl, man, at 12, 18, 14 years. I really want to jump over there.
But no. So we're gonna be traveling the country for a bit.
Okay.
You know, going around national parks and stuff, which will be good for my TikToks. And
Yeah,
I
it
might
will be.
record some YouTube videos outside.
That'd be good, man. That's good. I'm happy to hear it. I was saying, I used physiognomy a lot in sales, but I mean, really, in my whole life, like I can like look at a person and kind of size them up, and I'm like Neo, and you're like Morpheus. All right, I'm like level 1. I have like a instinctive kind of understanding of it, where I'm not like a learned man in it, but you're like you struck me as like a gunsmith in Red Dead Redemption or something. You're like,
Well, the Red Dead thing is probably from the Civil War facial hair I have going.
probably.
Yeah, but the
You got that
I'm
like
just
Ian
noticing
McCullough look.
Yeah, I got something going. So yeah, your analysis. Let's get into it. So you got a bit of, and maybe it's the mustache. Are you in the Midwest
No,
or the South? Oh right, I saw a picture of you by a Georgia thing, right?
no, I'm in the boot, Louisiana.
Louisiana. Are you Cajun?
I don't know. I kind of claim whatever. I'm half Irish, half Italian, so I'll say that I'm black too, and I don't know. It just doesn't even matter.
I see that. So you don't really look Cajun. Cajuns have like an alpinid look. You don't really look coon ass.
Yeah, they have like this kind of round face.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it. You can just look at it.
Nick Rochefort has that like French.
Yeah. Oh yeah, French.
look.
Yeah. They're all the albino Frenchmen that got kicked out. They were filled with love and mirth, and naturally the French hated them and told them to get lost.
I see a lot of your pictures. You're like kind of mean mugging the camera, right? You're doing like this,
Yeah.
that kind of face. The actual facial features show that you're mostly phlegmatic in your temperament. So very agreeable, easygoing, tolerant, enduring kind of guy. You're kind of like, I see you as being like a mainstay at social events, right? Where you're like kind of a constant, very reliable, welcome sort of presence. Like you're not necessarily the life of the party, but you're like the foundation of it.
Essential NPC.
Yeah, I was gonna say like support role.
Yeah.
You're like a medic or an engineer. You're playing support.
I play engineer
But
in
because
TF2.
of
So.
kind of the eyebrows, some of the Mars elements, and the melancholic bow there, I do see more of a like a sharpness, where there's like a wit that comes out, kind of a sharp wit.
I didn't know I was phlegmatic. I was like, what is he gonna call me? You know, I thought, since if you press this in, like I have the Irish gizzard, you know, but when I hear phlegmatic, I think like, you know, like phlegm, like phleg. What is the etymology of that? Like, what does that actually mean about me?
It comes from the 4 humors. So the Greeks, I thought that people were made up, like their bodies, and were fueled by and ran on 4 fluids, which they identified as blood, phlegm, black bile, and yellow bile. Which they believe, people suspect that they derived that from like separating blood, because if you leak blood out, it separates into red, white, black, and yellow bits. Now I just use those terms because of that theory, the personality traits they were associated with, and they linked these humors with the real like temperaments and personalities that they were observing, which are, you know, phlegmatic, choleric, sanguine, which is from blood, and melancholic. And because of that, I mean, I use those terms because they're ingrained into Western society. You know, you'll read older books, right, and they'll describe people as choleric or sanguine because they have a certain attitude or disposition. And if you get deep into personality typing systems, you'll find that everything goes back to these 4 humors, these 4 basic archetypes. People will try to make new personality systems, right? Mm-hmm. And be like, oh, we'll make an x-axis,
like
and
a trendy thing.
And it always it's just always a rewording of this. It's like, it's the astronaut meme where it's like, wait, it's all the 4 humors?
Uh-huh.
Yes, always has been. So yeah, like phlegmatic, healthy phlegmatics can actually be average weight, not necessarily overweight. The key is in the how they carry the weight, right?
I always thought of them as like fat Chinese people. Like a fat. You ever played Yakuza?
No, I've seen bits.
There's like a bald, fat, like Asian man, and he's like the you know, boss man. Like I kind of thought of that.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot of it is like if they'll carry more of the weight and flesh on their face, and especially on the neck and jawline, even if they're not overweight, that's a strong phlegmatic type. Because sometimes someone can be sanguine or choleric and be quite heavy, but still have a distinct jawline. It's all the different genetics, right? So you have the genetics where, you know, it's Bob Odenkirk. It's like the Saul Goodman.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Like some kind of just talking Irish guy. I don't know.
Yeah, no, smooth talking Irish guy for sure works for you. So
I wrote, "Am I a fucking chud? Do I have chud riz?"
I would say so. You're less chuddy than a lot of my my clients.
Yeah,
I get a lot of chuds. And I love them, and it's great to help them. Yeah, well, it's not even necessarily that. It's just like they look like the meme. Like they'll have the lines, and they'll be like mean mugging the camera. You don't actually seem too chuddy because you. Like being phlegmatic like that, you're too good humor. You're in too good a spirits. It is like an Irish kind of thing.
I am always in good spirits.
You seem pretty happy-go-lucky, like just like a jolly sort of man. That's a good phlegmatic.
I think I wrote that. I wrote jolly Irishman in my notes this week. I probably wrote way too fucking much. You were like, yeah.
Yeah, I read over some, but you were getting more into your personal life, and I stopped reading because I wanted to stay objective. Like, I don't want to do any sort of cold reading BS where, like, you tell me I was in the military.
You
like, I can see that from your
their
photos,
belief.
Right? Exactly. You tell me something, and I'm like, you know, it's like the charlatan in The Wizard of Oz, right? The fortune teller, just like looking through stuff. Telling
That's what the mind reading shit is. Those guys who can, like, just know exactly what you're thinking. Shane Gillis talked to one.
Mentalist.
Yeah, mentalist.
I saw one on Joe Rogan. You do have a distinct, like, rectangular Mars face, so there is some aggression, there's that energy sort of there. But I think for you, it comes out a lot more as charisma and like that sort of like a jokey kind of fighting spirit. Sam Hyde too, also big Mars element there. But with you, I had a guy, I think a Patreon follower asked me, a Patreon subscriber asked me, what would a Mars face, a phlegmatic person with a rectangular face be like? I described it as basically kind of like you, like someone who
I think he said Crusader.
Sort of, that intensity and energy, but it's stabilized, so it's not It's not super like controlling or like in your face hostile.
So I'm him. I'm like the Hospitaller from the movie Kingdom of Heaven.
Kingdom of Heaven, yeah. You are kind of him. You got it going on. So.
There's a clip. Have you ever played Deus Ex?
Oh yeah. Big Deus Ex guy.
Good. So we're on the same page when I say like this is like I'm talking to Morpheus or so. He's like telling me about myself, and I'm like, what? No way, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And it's
yeah.
You said people love to be observed.
And yeah, you're gonna go through and like edit all this, put it together.
If you drop hard R or something, I'll censor it. So
okay, I'm used to. That's why I was asking about the streaming platform because the 3 interviews I've done so far have been live. You know, they only had me come in an hour after the stream started because they wanted to read super chats and stuff. So,
no,
I'm not.
You're not a footnote, man. You are the subject matter. You're the SME, the subject matter expert. And I just want to promote your work. I love it. It's good. I saw it and I was like, whoa, where has this been? Because I asked ChatGPT, where do I come from? Like, can you tell me what phenotype I am? And it's like, no, I can't. Mm-hmm. You do the work. Can't even be talked about by a lot of like mainstream stuff because it's like racist or whatever. But it's not. It's just, it's how people work.
It's I came in at a good time because the liberal, and this is more high level conceptual stuff, but the liberal post-war consensus is fracturing. It's breaking apart. No one trusts the science anymore. No one believes in modernity or rationality. Morgoth's Review, who is this wonderful North English old Gen Xer, just likes to fish with his dog. He has a great Substack, and he had a wonderful Substack article that I think all the time from a few years ago called "Want to Reenchant the World? Meet Jimmy Savile." You know the story with Jimmy Savile?
I don't. You could tell it for the camera, though.
Jimmy Savile was a big celebrity media figure in Britain. And he did a lot of stuff. He started off as a bouncer, and then he became a DJ, and then he became a TV presenter. He did a lot of children's shows. He did a lot of children's hospital charity visits. He had this long hair with a bowl cut, these little circle glasses, all these weird eccentric rings. He had one ring that was a gold wire wrapped around like a fake eye kind of gem.
That's some Kabbalah stuff hanging off of him.
Yeah. So actually, after he died, it pretty much immediately came out that he was a prolific child offender. He used his power and connections to get away with everything, cover it up. The eye ring that I mentioned, that was a real person's glass eye that he popped out of the body as he was molesting it at a hospital.
That's wild. That's some hardcore molestation.
And he openly described himself as a sorcerer. He was born on Halloween and under like a full moon. He
Sounds
described
like Mr.
himself
Crowley.
Yes, he was big into Crowley.
Okay,
and
that makes sense to connect the dots.
He used occult symbolism all the time. He talked pretty openly, like I said, about being a sorcerer, about manipulating people.
Yeah.
He would repeat phrases. He would say like, there again, there again, there again.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, like programming.
Like he'd repeat the last few words over and over again at the end as a way of gaining hypnotic power over people.
Yeah. You seen that clip that's going around of Homegirl, and they were like, you get it now, you get it now, you get it now, whatever they said, and then she like snaps out of her comatose.
It's MK Ultra.
Yeah.
Feeling great, I feel nervous, a little bit overwhelmed. I feel a little shaky, I don't know what's wrong with me. No, but it's good. No, it's good. You gonna be good.
So is there gonna be a public registry? Because I'm gonna be honest with you. Take the gift cards. Everybody's presence. Take the gift cards, take the gift cards, take the gift cards.
Yeah, because they might put, what's that?
But that's what's going on, is that the world is being reenchanted for good or ill, right? Is that you have this safe world of modernity, everything is controlled, the scientists understand everything is clear cut, everything's in its lane. Now things are falling apart. We're going neo-medieval, right? It's lords and peasants and stuff are coming back.
I'm drawing a blank, the word for not theocracy, but money.
Plutocracy?
Plutocracy, yeah. It's not even really plutocracy, because it's like different classes. It's not even like a rich person buying poor people or something.
It's totally different lifestyles, different castes, different ways of living. We have that. We have, you look at religion, and people are still pretty apathetic towards organized religion, especially in some place like Europe. But the strong atheism of the 20th century, right? Like early 20th century, people most people genuinely thought religion was just going to go extinct within 50 years.
Yeah.
Like, it was on its way.
Millennials were the
But then
last
you-
hurrah of like that total wall of like, fuck organized religion. And then here we come along. I'm like an elder Zoomer. I hate saying that now because I saw some girl go, elder millennial. And I thought it was the dorkiest thing ever. I'm like, all right, I'm not going to say that anymore.
39, 40. Elder millennial. Elder millennial.
You know, and now, you look at the young people, and what are the options? It's like, okay, it's like a traditional, like a high church Christian, like a Roman Catholic, Orthodox, or Anglican or something, or like a shamanistic, like witch in the woods.
Yeah. You can be Nick Fuentes, or you can be like Coachella, crystal girly. Yeah, worshiping crystals, like homeboy that made the transistor.
It's coming back. Spirits are reawakening, and you know that sort of ties in with the physiognomy thing, right? It's an older thing, and you know it's not even so much that it's like a mystic thing, because people do approach it from that angle. I talk to a lot of guys who are into astrology and numerology and stuff. You know, I consider it pretty purely scientific. There's a lot of studies that back it up.
It makes sense.
You don't have to be physical for. Yeah, the action mechanism is just genetics, right?
Mm-hmm. Because like the crease in the center for stress, like that appears. You can see it as time goes by, how people change, and it's accurate to the literature.
Yeah, neuromuscular, epigenetic, genetic, hormonal, all sorts of factors that play into it.
I don't even see why it's controversial, other than it being race-based. You know, like you can say like this person's from there or whatever.
Well, there's two reasons for it. One, people claim that the Nazis used physiognomy. That wasn't really the case. Well, listen, the Nazis didn't really use physiognomy. They used racial phenotyping, because they weren't saying, they weren't talking about personality traits, which is what I talk about, on individuals. They were saying, the Jew has this kind of nose, that's how we'll get him, or whatever.
They did like in Wolfenstein, they said that B.J. Blazkowicz was like Aryan, or he's actually a Polish Jew. It's just they went off like...
Yeah, exactly. Superficial kind of stuff. But also, the Nazis used all kinds of stuff to justify their ideology, right? They built jet engines. They used Darwinian evolution and biological science. They drank water. The core of physiognomy, like the big place where it was popular, was not Germany. It was Britain, France, and America. It was the Allied countries.
Yeah.
So that was sort of a ridiculous thing.
There comes some projection too, like post-war projection. All the bad things they did, we actually are the good.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly.
I was an officer in the military. Like I know that it's not fucking black and white. It's all mixed. You know, we do bad things too.
I was an intelligence officer in Northern Ireland, and I know that we always negotiate with terrorists.
California was the leader of eugenics in the progressive era,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where Hitler got all his inspiration. All that to say, to bring it kind of back, I think the real reason why physiognomy has been kicked out of polite society and respectable science up until quite recently was because you had the strong post-war consensus that wanted to say everyone is the same. Everyone is an interchangeable individual. Human beings are totally fungible, interchangeable units. You know, we don't have inborn differences. We're not genetically different or unique.
Because it's like neoliberal, like we're all just units in an RTS.
Yeah, well, it's, you know, after the Second World War, you had these two competing systems. The Cold War was about what will globalism be? Which kind of globalism will win out? Is it going to be communistic style? You know, we should say Stalinist style, or New Deal neoliberal style, because they were both kind of communistic. You got to think the neocons, the hawks in the Cold War, who were they? They were Trotskyists who got pissed off when Stalin took over, betrayed Trotsky, killed him, and then turned on the U.S. after they funded him. And so they did a strategic term where they're like, well, we'll repitch the Trotskyist global revolution communism as a global liberal revolution. They became the neoliberals and the neoconservatives. These were all ex-Trotskyites. It's open record.
Yeah.
And unlike Stalinism, which was a tyranny of the body, right? It was like 1984 style, very openly oppressive.
Papers, please.
Crack the whip on you, put you in a death camp. Papers, please. Yes.
Yeah.
But instead, you get the neoliberal one, the New Deal regime, which is a tyranny of the soul more so than of the body, right? The problem with that is that it's less openly oppressive, but it's a greater long-term threat. East Germany or you know, the Soviet Union or whatever, they would physically oppress you and they would suppress your speech and all that and keep you kind of down. Your people and your culture were allowed to stay, right? They weren't trying to engineer your native culture out of existence. Actual Marxism, like orthodox from Karl Marx Marxism, is not super concerned with these social concerns. That's a 60s New Left thing, saying like, well, we've got to liberate homosexuals, transsexuals. Actual Marxists wanted nothing to do with homosexuals. They saw them as like bourgeois, degeneracy, lumpenproll criminals to be done away with.
It's kind of how it is through all times. They're kind of, it's like a luxury to be gay.
Because we have that weird social engineering regime now, they were real hostile to anything that indicated that maybe people are born certain ways. Maybe we have inborn traits given to us by, you can say evolution, you can say God and destiny, maybe a little bit of both. That's why I was banished. That's a big, broad-standing tangent. That's kind of a secondary interest of mine. But that's
good, yeah.
The main deal of why
I play ball with it, man. I like it.
So naughty.
Yeah. I kind of feign as like this. I don't know that I put on a character, but I kind of just do this. I don't even know if I do it for. I definitely don't do it for malicious purposes, but I'll kind of like act like I'm retarded on something so that I can get people to talk about it, or I'm not trying to.
No, I do that. It's just
certain things.
It's hiding your power level. Like I'll
You throw stuff by people.
Yeah, if I'm referencing something like esoteric to a normie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw this screenshot of this thing on Instagram where it was this guy saying so and so. I don't know who it was, but it was. I'll pitch it in that way. Hey, are your earlobes attached?
Oh yeah, my ears. So I'm not going to be able to hear you. My earlobes are attached. Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
That's what I thought. The people can hear me. Yeah.
My ears, they're not, Coomer ears. They don't stick out all the way. You know what I mean? Have you seen that Coomer picture? Okay.
Yeah.
They're not like radar dish Dumbo ears, but they're not like super stuck to my head. Yours? Yeah, I mean, yours are like out there. They're not fucking. Are mine like close to my head, or are they kind of normal?
Yeah, I've just been working on a customer with stuff like that. Yeah, I'd say yours are overall close to your head. So pretty dependent, reliant on your social relations. Generally, especially in a social setting, kind of a conformist kind of guy, right? The counterpoint would be me. I've got big ears, very widespread.
So
I'm
does
very
that like go against the grain, or is that like you don't need company? Like explain that to my little chuddies that are going to watch this.
It's a little bit of both with those big widespread ears. So for me, I've always been extremely contrarian.
Okay.
It's always been like, I'm better about it now, but growing up, it was like anything is popular or mainstream or people do it, I'm against it on principle, just because I want to be unique. I'm an Enneagram 4, if you know that, or if any of the people watching know that.
I know the Myers-Briggs letters. I don't know the Enneagrams and everything.
ENTP.
I kind of stopped there. Okay, ENTP. I'm ISTP.
That makes sense. All the ICP guys I've known have been military or would-be military types. You might be more ESTP, I think. I don't know.
I thought that too. I was like, maybe I grew into that.
A lot of the tests can be deceptive, and this is kind of a secondary tangent because I used to be very big into Myers-Briggs. Just off the vibes, off what I know, ISTPs and ESTPs are quite similar. Obviously, they share all the same functions, but ISTPs in practice, especially in a conversation, they're much more sit and be quiet. They're great listeners. They will sit and really attentively listen. You can really tell that they're paying attention to what you're saying. ESTPs are similar, but they talk way more. And I get more ESTP, especially with the humor, right? ISTP humor is like a sneak attack. Like you don't expect it to be as funny.
I'm like that with public people. You know, the left side, right side. It's kind of true because with people that I don't know, or like this is like a personal interaction, you know, not a professional or whatever. So it's like I am much more like make a witty remark and not say much and listen, and like it just
more reserved. Yeah,
and it's like it doesn't even really like, why would I get worked up about somebody like that? As soon as I know somebody, then I kind of like, you know, I'll fuck with them, and you know, then I get more like I care more about them, and as a result, because I care about you, I get more heated with you or something. You know? I don't get heated arguing with some stranger crackhead on the street.
Yeah, exactly. You open up more, and you're more willing to show that side of yourself. Because that left side of your face, which is the long-term private side, that's the Mars. That's more you have a stronger Mars shape there, right? So you're more open with that aggressive side. I'm the same way. My left side is Mars, so like personal life, I'm much more assertive and aggressive. My right side is more
Those pictures are so funny when you mirror someone. Is that not funny anymore to you?
Yeah, it's not real. I mean, sometimes they'll look strange,
like Mr. Beast.
Well, the Mr. Beast one, I liked that one because I managed to string together a good narrative with that, right? From the facial asymmetry. You know, I expected him to have a totally dead left side and an expressive right side, because I thought he was like a sociopath, right?
Right, yeah.
I thought he was fake smiling.
My friend Jeff literally
But the
thinks he's
left-
the Antichrist. Like, he thinks he's bad news.
I've debated that with some friends. Well, I've discussed it, I should say. I wasn't debating because like we were kind of in agreement that like he might be a contender.
I think they just fill up his bioelectric cells and he just like makes money. You know, he's like this robot.
He is. It is interesting. A human being designed
for YouTube
to get YouTube views.
Yeah.
YouTube views. And you listen to him in interviews, and it's clear that's all he cares about, right?
That's
like,
what they
talk
said
very
in their
openly.
mission statement. He's like, I want to make the best YouTube videos. That's it. Doesn't have to be the best videos.
The thing I learned that first made me kind of like dislike Mr. Beast was I looked into his story and I found out that before he started doing YouTube, he spent an entire year painstakingly studying the YouTube algorithm.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's all he did all day. You're gaming the system. Like you don't have a passion necessarily for, you know, like me or you. Like you've got this little channel, but you've got like a tight knit community,
right?
And it's you put your heart in your sleeve in this channel, and it's part of you. Anyways, yeah, that's a lot of different stuff. But back to your
we could draw it back to us. You said that we were hostile. We got the hostile Mars base. Do women think I'm dangerous or something? I watched Dexter today with my other buddy. His name is also Caden. And there's a guy who's like the exact same. Celtic Norded. Tangent. Celtic. Now, I'm a Nord. Does Skyrim belong to the Nords? That was the first thing I said. I was like, no fucking way, I'm Nord.
Mostly Norded. So the Celtic Nordic type, and this could actually just be, I'd say you're overall Celtic, right?
Okay.
I think that side was brought out by the Italian side because Celtic Norded, it's mostly Norded with some Mediterranean mix into it. It's like an ancient mix, right? Because we're going to go kind of deep here. You have three root races of Europe, right? The first one are the Western hunter-gatherers. This is Paleolithic, Ice Age era. These are the Cro-Magnons. So they're stocky, robust, darker skin,
forehead.
blue eyes. Yeah. Big brow ridge.
I had a lieutenant like that. He looked like a fucking caveman.
Exactly. That's Cro-Magnon ancestry. Very common now in the west of Europe. You still have some pockets of, you know, they've gotten depigmented from living in cloudy, dark Europe over the years. But you find some people who are pretty much that type unchanged in parts of Germany, bits of Western Ireland, right? That's think of Jeremy Corbyn, Brad Pitt. These are guys with strong Cro-Magnon ancestry. And Kim Wexler, her actress, strong Cro-Magnon.
Yeah. Right? She looks exactly like an ex-girlfriend I had. Is there some kind of genetic destiny that I have?
Maybe. I don't know. Well, because that is also, like I said, common Irish type, right? So anyways, above that, the next people who show up in the Neolithic, they're called the early European farmers. And these are more Mediterranean type. If you look at the DNA map where this ancestry is found in Europe, it's like Spain, southern France, Italy, Greece, and then less so a little bit in Britain, right? And these guys are swarthy. They come out of Anatolia, out of Turkey and Syria. They bring with them farming. Obviously, when you have agriculture, you can have a much bigger population. So they kind of swamp the hunter-gatherers, the cavemen who were there. And they build these longhouses and have these sort of settled areas. And they speak like pre-Indo-European language. So that's like the Basque people in France. Those are the last remnants of those early European farmers, linguistically. Then you get, in the late Neolithic, the Western steppe herders, for what the archaeology people call the Yemeni culture, and what the linguistic people call the Indo-European culture. Yeah, the Aryans, as they used to be called. Long heads, blonde hair. The blue eyes came from the Western hunter-gatherers, and then they met and they mixed, and that formed the Nordic type. So what happened with Celtic Norded, right, is so a branch of the Western steppe herders, the Indo-European steppe warriors, they roll through northern Central Europe, and they settle there, and they form the Bell Beaker culture.
They showed up playing their Plug-in B.
Yeah.
Playing their Katy Perry remixes. Everything.
Exactly. Bell Beaker skulls look very similar to like yours. It may have been that the Celts were a later migration that rather gave them their languages and they just absorbed the type, or that the Bell Beaker culture was the original Celts. Either is open. But in any case, we look at Celtic sites, places with Celtic remnants and from Celtic cultures, and we find this look a lot. So that's the look of the original Celts in any case. in Ireland, you'll have these kind of differing looks, right? You'll have these guys who look like me, like darker guys. You know, I've got Irish customers who look darker than me.
Yeah, some of them are.
And that's
swarthy.
Yeah, you go to Britain,
like the Picts or something. They said they had black hair. They were in like the top of Scotland. They're brown skin.
Yeah.
And, like the Argentinians at the bottom. What were they? Like
yeah,
the rarest phenotype, whatever. It's like they were giant people, black hair.
Patagonians.
Patagonian, yeah.
Yeah, the real giants. Yeah. Anyways, all that to say, so you that's your kind of general ancient heritage, right? So it's Celtic Nordic. It's a mix. It's mostly Nordic, right? But it's not like a Swedish person. It has that.
Yeah, I don't drink coffee. I can't be
the
Swedish.
Eyes.
Just a joke.
Yeah. I didn't hear it fully. No.
Oh, I said I don't drink enough coffee to be Swedish.
Show the coffee because I'm unfamiliar with it. I'm slightly hard of hearing, but it's mostly just autism. So sometimes when someone says like a comment and I didn't hear it all the way, I'm sort of like, yeah.
I called it narrow beam. We had a radar on the Apache that like you have like your wide beam and like you can narrow it down. Well, I'm only listening there, you know. I have selective hearing, but it's like a software, not a hardware problem.
But yeah, so Celtic Nordic, yeah, because it's one of the main types of Britain. It's common among English speakers, right? So, I've been just looking over my customers, and I have a ton of Celtic Nordic. Like it's super overrepresented, because like if my customers are English speakers, right? It's Irish people, it's Brits, it's Americans.
It would stand to reason that there's going to be a bias there, like they're going to
be more British-looking people. Oh well, I think it's mostly just language barrier, right? I think if you got rid of that, I get flooded with Chinese and Indians because they love this stuff.
Dude, yeah.
Arabs
the Chinese are huge on everything like this. They're obsessed with immortality and wealth. And even did you see Xi Jinping got caught talking about how they can live to 150 years now through organs?
I did see that.
Yeah.
The transhumanist Deus Ex thing. Very odd.
Yeah, they're going to be Lucius De Beers. He's going to be sitting in his little chamber waiting for me to turn it off.
Let's go ahead and get to some of your application things, right? Because I wrote some bullet points and I want to expand on them for you.
Okay.
Work style. So as a phlegmatic, you're going to be more of a slow and steady work style. Pretty endurant. Good at long-term stuff.
Like good work ethic? I got these hairy arms.
You do that. That would probably be good for it. Looked a bit into body hair and stuff, and there's some interesting stuff with that.
I saw your TikTok on it. That's why I was like, oh, I've had hairy arms since I was like 3. Like I've had the same amount of arm hair. It doesn't kind of show up too well on camera, but
interesting.
I got called Wolfman because of that shit. Like I've always had hairy arms and legs, like Joe Biden.
Yeah, hairy legs.
Yeah, I love roaches.
So yeah, I would say like phlegmatic and choleric are both long term. But choleric is like intense long term, where it's like a boss. Like it's like I have a plan and I'm going to accomplish it.
Willful.
No matter what anyone says. Yeah, willful. Okay. Trump, Elon, Netanyahu, they're all mostly choleric. But phlegmatic is like a long term manager, not a boss. There's a difference there, where they're endurant, they're slow and steady. Cholerics have a risk of burnout. Phlegmatics not so much. They have more of a risk of inaction. But the melancholic side shows that you do have a bit more of an intellectual bent, right? So you need to be using your brain at some point. Probably pretty good at working with people, right? Mars and Neptune face that Crusader archetype. The Venn diagram overlap with those is a need for independence, like a self-employment thing, entrepreneurship. I see that as best for you. It's got to be something that you either do yourself or you have a lot of leeway with. It's an interesting balance with that plus phlegmatic. They usually have face shapes that work best in big systems with a lot of people around them.
Okay.
So that's an interesting combo you have there.
So I like direct people, not really bark orders.
Exactly. Guidance, advice, right?
Okay,
phlegmatics make great teachers.
Okay.
Yeah. Great teachers, great advisors. Like I said, great support.
The general to the emperor. They're not really aspiring, like Agrippa or something. He was aspiring to be a general.
Well, let's compare your physiognomy to someone we've identified before, Saul Goodman, right? Bob Odenkirk. And I think that's great physiognomic casting on their part because he fits that personality in his face. What was Saul Goodman's role in Breaking Bad? He was a consultant. He was an advisor to the king, Walter White or Heisenberg, right?
He's the glue that held everything together.
Exactly.
Cool.
And you would be...
I'm literally him! I'm him!
You're glue man.
Yeah,
You are.
I get
You're
glued.
Old head Germa rumble lore.
Real quick, melancholic kind of sounds like sad to most people.
So the melancholic, that's why we use melancholy in that sense, right? The melancholic temperament, they are sensitive, reactive, very mental, very unphysical.
Wallflower.
They're impulsive, very pessimistic. They have lots of visions of doom and gloom. The advantage is that they have a great imagination, great perception. A lot of great artists are melancholics. Primus, Les Claypool, melancholic. Pablo Picasso, melancholic.
Who was homeboy that cut off his ear? I forget. He's a great artist or whatever, but
Van Gogh,
yeah. He's a great artist, but he's psycho. He cuts off his own ear. He's like prone to being touched by the war.
Both melancholy. Exactly. Haram. But the kind of a paradox there, right, with the phlegmatic and the need for independence, but I think the melancholic element balances that out for you and kind of squares that circle a bit. To apply to like family life and relationships, make sure you maintain your independence, right? Because if you feel like you're if you let yourself fall into being smothered, so like me, if I get into a problem, I'm going to come up with a bad idea and I'm going to work very hard to implement it, and things will go disastrous. I will make things worse with my action.
Yeah.
You will make things worse through inaction, generally.
True.
That will be what you have to watch out for. From what I've seen, it seems like in your youth, like teenagers, you were more melancholic. And specifically, I forgot to mention this on the video. In your youth, like when you were first in the military, you had a much stronger Mercury face shape. Your face was a lot more triangular. That's pretty much gone now. There's a little bit left, but you were much more sensitive, reactive, attention-seeking. You were looking for affirmation and adulation from other people. You're looking to other people to validate your existence and their approval. I think you've pretty much overcome that now, right? You're much more independent. Now, this is the neat part, and you can put these images up on the screen. Compatibility, right?
Oh, here we go. The meat and potatoes.
Suited for. Temperaments have a clear sort of correlation with romantic compatibility. So as a phlegmatic, you're going to be most compatible with a choleric lady.
Okay.
So you're going to be very chill, stable, relaxed, a very stabilizing, calming presence. And you're going to be most compatible with a very active, action-oriented woman, kind of strong-willed.
A nagging wife, as the Bible
nagging
calls
wife,
it.
yeah.
Oh, my own. The Bible says it's better to be on the roof.
Better to live
with a
in a
wife.
corner of a roof than in a house full of strife or whatever.
Yeah.
The nagging wife, yeah.
The Muslims say a great wife is seen, not heard.
Because you have the melancholic element, you do also have some compatibility with sanguine women. A good example of a pure sanguine woman is Courtney Thorne Smith. And she was big in the 90s. And so look at that jawline
Looks a little
and chin.
crazy, though.
Yeah. Well, it's intense. It's intense sanguine energy.
I pride myself in being able to just, like, immediately size up a woman. Obviously, a lot of people can do. They can just look at a girl and know she's crazy. But I can look at a girl and, like, immediately know, even if she's hot, I can say, like, I would not be compatible with this girl. I don't have to know anything about her. I don't have to, like... And just be like, no.
There are lots of strong, subtle signals with that for dating and mating. I'm looking at this now, and I totally dropped the ball on this, all right? My bad. I totally forgot. Phlegmatics are compatible with each other. Big girl, get you a big girl. It's getting cold.
Stay warm.
It's getting cold out there.
Yeah. They need love, too. Maybe not for me, but I don't know. We'll see.
Save them for me.
We'll see.
No, I'm happily married. My mother-in-law watches my videos, though. And, like her mom and grandma watch my videos. And
she'd probably be fine. Is she, like, old school? She's like, he can have his harem of fat women, like Gumar.
Nah, well...
It's a social role. Okay, baby, it's a social role.
No, she's great. She's a great... She does, like, accounting stuff, so she does my books. She's phlegmatic, kind of...
So she looks like me. That's why we're vibing so well. Huh?
Yeah, kind of. I'm seeing you as my waifu.
Because I look like your wife. You think I'm cute.
I do think you're a little adorable. You have a charm and an Irish twinkle in the eye. And I love the melancholic girlies, but love emo chicks and stuff. But you've got that melancholic there. Melancholic and melancholic, that's red light, that's danger zone, because they're both nervous, they're both attention seeking, they're both unstable.
Unstable
you need
is
to
the word I was thinking. If you were emperor, who would I get paired with whenever you do mandatory girlfriends?
Oh,
who would you throw at me?
I'd put, I think
Precious.
I put Margot Robbie on here because she's like a Precious. Maybe You get on my bad side, I'll put you with Precious.
I'm big on what's her name from Mad Men, Christina Hendricks. That's it.
The redhead with the chest.
Yeah, they have to have a chest. Is probably it.
Wow, I really like her. She's my type. Like, I think she's everyone's type, man.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen those things? They're like, my dad would say that about Dolly Parton. He'd see Dolly Parton, he'd be like, "Hey, she's smuggling some cantaloupes in there." Piss my mom off. He's like a funny, crotchety, like curmudgeonly Gen Xer. Great guy, very very agreeable actually. A lot of Gen Xers have like kind of a pissy attitude, right? Where they're very
they're very like Reddit. They're very actually.
Okay, have you seen the thing about the Scottish girl who had like the axe and the knife?
Yeah,
she was defending.
Yeah, the fucking Skyrim woman. She's dual wielding.
She was getting harassed by this Bulgarian POS.
Was he Bulgarian? I thought he was. I honestly thought he was a Pakistani.
People assumed he was like Pakistani, but he was Bulgarian actually.
How could you tell I was Bulgarian?
His Instagram, it's like total wigger, referring of course to the ethnic group in the east of China, of course. Not I would never say that word, that W word.
Wiggers are an accepted minority now.
Trashy, rented sports cars and like Gucci and like flexing and stuff.
Just like a weird
and
guy.
Like just ghetto. Yeah, I think he might have been a gypsy, but in any case, like Bulgaria is like a third world place. Yeah, it's technically on the European continent, and they technically speak an Indo-European language, but it might as well be like Lebanon.
Dude, it reminded me. Morocco. Maybe it's because of the weather. It reminded me of Shadow of Chernobyl. It was like this dark valley, nasty place. I was like, this place sucks.
It's the Soviet architecture.
Yeah. Usually that's where you find the baddies. You find baddies in like the worst place ever, like the Balkans or something. Yeah.
There it is. I found what I was thinking about. So that girl, she was defending herself from that. And this will make your blood boil, dude. There's a subset of like manosphere, YouTube, and social media. Genuine woman hate. And I'm not like a male feminist or anything. The channel's called The Better Bachelor. And the thumbnail's like, "Stop complaining, women, you voted for this." Because the whole thing, it's a circle jerk. And that's why I bring this up for Gen Xers. It's a huge tangent, I'm sorry, but...
No, you're good, man.
It's a selfish, bitter, resentful mindset among a lot of them. Because you look at the comments, and you read it, and it makes no sense, right? It's these guys saying... You know,
it looks like
there's
this
guy, this American guy.
Looks fucking insane.
Yeah, worse than that even. There was this one story, this American guy intervened to save this German girl from getting raped by these two Syrian migrants, and he got knifed in the face, got hurt in the nose. He was still, he's alive.
Cases.
But he was a hero. But these guys posted, and they're like, "This idiot, never interfere, just mind your own business," and hey, these women voted for it, right? By the way, no one has ever voted for bringing in migrants.
Yeah, it's the EU.
Every year, every European election, people vote to stop the migrants, and then the anti-migrant party gets in. The conservative party gets in and says, "Thank you for voting for us. We will bring in more migrants."
Just like here. Yeah.
You're blaming a 12-year-old girl.
She can't even vote.
Harassed.
Even if she did, even if they did vote on that, she's 12.
Reading these comments of like these people like justifying, saying if a woman's getting attacked or raped, she deserved it. Don't interfere. It makes no sense until you realize that the demographic being appealed to here, and you can tell it from the style of the thumbnail and the profile pictures and the names and the words they use and the Punisher skull logos, it's bitter, resentful Gen X divorcees. And listen, I have a lot of divorced Gen X men in my life who are great guys, selfless, supportive, giving.
That makes one of us.
There's a subset of, but there's a lot of them where it just feeds into their worst impulses, and that's the sin of Gen X is selfishness.
That's like most of the military that you just described.
Anyways, back to it. Back to the video.
Back to Emma Stone. She looks like a freak now.
Compatible. Yeah, unfortunately. I always liked her growing up. I always had a crush on her as a kid.
I did too. What happened? What drives a person to be to physically alter their face like that? What do you think they're trying to achieve? What facial structure?
Hollywood. I saw a big compilation of all these girls, Hollywood girls, turning themselves into freaks. Miley Cyrus,
the girl from
Millie
Uncut
Bobby
Gems.
Brown. Yeah.
Probably just Satanism, honestly. They're probably just fucking evil.
Part of it is that any actor is like a sociopathic theater kid, right? It was a theater kid who was enough of a psychopath to be able to work their way to the top. And now they're all craving attention, and they're not getting it anymore because movies are up. Movies died with COVID.
Yeah.
COVID came. God said, "This is a perfect time to end it. Let's cut it off right here."
King Neptune and hit it with lightning.
Even now, then and now, Venus face shape, compatible with you, right? Because you're Mars and Neptune trait. So Mars and Venus, obviously, the classic the male and female symbols come from that.
They're
a great match. Good with a round moon face person.
Yeah, how about this dog drinking water next to her? Who's this?
Yeah, This is just some ASMR YouTuber. She has a very extreme physiognomy because she's moon face, so nurturing, motherly, sensitive, moody. But then she also has a very large inner face. Like facial features fill up the whole face. There's almost no blank space there. So that means that that's added sensitivity, right? So this is an extremely sensitive person. Goes to therapy a lot, let's say. Crashing out because of Donald Trump, maybe. But like witty, like she did like funny ASMR YouTube videos or stuff. So that's the two sides of sensitivity there, right? When you talk about melancholic, it's like, yeah, sensitive, maybe nervous, but also like funny and sharp. And the last one for you
is our favorite big booty Latina, AOC.
I used AOC because I knew you were like a funny guy, like a meme.
You're too kind.
And so she is the sun archetype, so kind of aloof, detached. This is a closed mouth picture. Big teeth, very aggressive. If you've ever dated a girl with like really big, just like large, prominent teeth, they are real aggressive and assertive. They'll come after you. They will eat you alive. My wife is almost home, so I'll.
Yeah, man, you probably got to pee too.
Stuff real quick.
I got to pee real bad, so we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, so we'll run through this real quick. Stable, reliable, funny guy is your main thing. Spiritual growth stuff. Last thing. I do put you in warrior caste. Obviously, that could have been a mentalist cold reading thing because I saw you were in the military. But Mars, warrior face shape, right? Mars and Neptune. Again, I put you in the Crusader archetype.
I think that fits.
That's sort of... Yeah, your ultimate thing is you combine that like on-the-ground action, working with people,
man of action,
implementing things in the real world with principle. Crusader is like out in the world, and I think that's a good role for you. If you know about the generational theory and the four turnings and stuff, I'm big into that. We're in a crisis era right now. You're a younger guy, you're a zoomer, you're part of the hero generation. People who are coming of age in this crisis, the secular crisis, are going to be called to metaphorically or maybe literally take up arms and be the foot soldiers, again, metaphorical or literal, of whatever big movement, revolution, war is going to reshape institutions, take out the old, build up the new. Yeah, cataclysm. And that can look like being, an actual soldier if your country comes a calling, whether it's the government or your country. Mark Twain said a patriot is a man who supports his country all the time and his government when it deserves it. For the record, I'm happy to come on stuff in the future.
Yeah.
I'll let you know once I get past my sort of backlog. It might be a month or so. But I like the conversation with you, and you've been very welcoming. So I always try to leave an open invite for people who have me on. It's like,
yeah, likewise.
If you want to have me featured again,
if you need help from the Buckwater Empire, we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, that's fun. But yeah, I think that's about it. She's just pulling up. I got the little notification. So
I got you, man.
I'm gonna say thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it. ProsopaInsights.com. If you don't mind putting that in the show notes,
absolutely,
for sure, so people can pop in, see what's up, and check me out on YouTube and all that.
You can do Gordon Freeman face reading, G-Man, Gabe Newell, or yourself whenever you get popular.
I will be doing. That's going to be the 50,000 special. Will be me.
Yeah, that's nice. Okay.
All right. See ya.
All right, man.
Thanks for
take
having
care.
me, man.
Yeah, this was great. Take care.
Yeah. We'll do it again. Bye.
We'll do it again, he says. That means that we're friends now. That means that we're going to hang out. Want to be boy best friends? Oh my god, I just had to pee so fucking bad. That was emotional. I was done and I just stood there. Wow.
Thank you, CIA.
H.P. Lovecraft, Neptune face shape.
What's his cat's name?
Dare I say the unspeakable.
No,
the forbidden knowledge that destroys the minds of men.
Yeah.